Welcome to the channel, and today I'm going to go over something I just picked up off of eBay, and it's a Mystery Ranch PRC-117 Golf radio pouch. And the reason I picked it up, number one, was it was cheap, and number two, I thought there was a possibility it might fit one or two of my radios. So I've been kind of looking for radio pouches to use in conjunction with my Romad pack that I featured on a previous video. And this pouch has Pals webbing on the back so that I could attach it to the inside of that pack. And so I really wanted to just see if this would be a viable option. I was originally going to use it with the Yaesu FT891, but it really won't fit that. The problem I had was when I was looking at this pouch online was there wasn't really any good photos of the inside and this bottom compartment here. So I really didn't know what I was getting into with it. But I thought for $20, I figured I would roll the dice, and here we are. It's been delivered, and I'm going to give you a little overview of it just so you can kind of see how it's set up. This might be a viable option for some of you, depending on the radio and the pack frame, if you have one. So let me just get right into it. So this obviously is the pouch, and this obviously is the Pals webbing, and you have 1, 2, 3 rows and 1, 2, 3, 4 columns, and you have the two straps right there. And of course this will marry up well, or it should at least, in the Romad pack or any pack that you might have that has interior moly or Pals webbing. Here's the other side, and you've got mesh. So this is for heat dissipation, obviously, with a radio. And then you have this weird battery type compartment down here. Now remember, this is built for a military radio. And so military radios are a lot different than what we have in the amateur radio community. So here you go. Here is a peek into the pouch. And as you can see, you have pretty deep pouch here. It goes quite a ways back. And right here, you have a strap, nylon like strap. So if you wanted to carry a bigger battery down here, it would be a little inhibited by this nylon strap. But good thing is it's out of sight. So you could just snip it, cut it right in the middle. And that would open up this entire pouch to you. Now, one of the neat things about that is, I'm going to show you the inside. See if I can do this. Get a view. This radio pouch has a floor right here in the pouch, but it opens up right here. And so it goes all the way to the bottom. So you have that opening there. So if you had a radio here, you could run coax or power cables or data cables right down through that opening. Just to show you the inside here, you have the Mystery Ranch tag. This particular one was made on January 13th, 2014. So the outside, we have a snap here at the top. That snap keeps this zipper seated at the top. So once the bag expands, the zipper won't, unintentionally come down and so it opens up, and then you can put the radio in. And then see if it gives that a little better view of that. And I'm sure I've never used a PRC-117 Golf, but I'm assuming that the shape or design of the radio is why you have that right there. Feel free to chime in if you're familiar with that military radio. So you could cut that strap, open this all the way up, because obviously you can reach all the way across there. And I think if you cut that strap, you would have, you'd probably have enough room there to put like a 15 amp hour Biano battery in there. Those Biano batteries have a pretty good form factor. So I think you would probably be able to put one in there. I know, and I'll show you, that you can put a 6 amp hour in there. I don't know about any of the other sizes between the 6 and the 15. I have a 15. I didn't bring it out here, so I can't confirm whether it would fit in there or not. But I do think it would. The other possibility that I thought about was perhaps cutting this floor plate out, and that would allow a bigger radio, let's say a Yaesu FT891 with a armor lock cage on it. That really would allow you to utilize the whole length of the pack. I mean, you wouldn't be able to put a battery in there with it, but the only problem I can see is if you cut the floor out, then you would have to kind of do a little sewing probably if you wanted to keep it neat, because this is all one piece of nylon going around. You can see there's the opening. So this is all one piece of nylon. You could maybe cut this right here and here, fold it up and sew it along the sides maybe. I don't know. Those of you that are accomplished on a sewing machine could probably tell us whether or not that would work. Put that up there. Zipper's not gonna come down. That's pretty much it for the interior and the exterior. There's the Mystery Ranch label. There's also YKK zippers. I forgot to mention that, but so it's a good zipper. It's Mystery Ranch, so it's a good build. Now I'm going to give you a comparison using a couple radios that I have that are in armor lock cages. All right, so here is the pouch with the Alinco DR235. This is a 222 megahertz single band transceiver. It's in an armor lock cage, as you can see. Dress it up a little bit, but it fits perfectly actually. Here you got the BNC connector rerouted to the top, and I don't have a battery down here, but this would take a battery fine. I do have a battery. If you hold on 1 second. So here's a Bioenno 6 amp hour, and I'll show you how that works. So that fits fine. Obviously, I think this is a 25 watt radio, if my memory serves me correctly. So you'd need a little bit bigger battery if you wanted to operate it for a while. But yeah, this would work fine. No issues whatsoever. So strap that inside of your pack using the PALS webbing. You're good to go. Connect the antenna or coax up here. You're good to go. Just so you have a frame of reference. I put the battery in that way, but it also, I did this last night. I think it fits, if this power cable wasn't in the way. This is the radio power, by the way. Yeah, I did this last night. Now I can't do it again because I'm trying to look through the camera lens at the same time. There we go. See, you can even stand it up that way. You know, you have to dress the cables up, but you can even stand it up that way. So I'm looking at that right there. It's where the edge of the battery is. So right there to there. Then you figure how much more space you got there. All this is empty. Like I said, you have to cut that strap to access it with a longer battery, but that would definitely work. And that's really the least invasive mod you can do to this pack, is cutting that internal strap, because it doesn't really provide much of anything. I think it looks pretty good. And if I was to use this in my Nomad pack, it would fit in there perfectly. And the mic right up through the zippers. Boom, good to go. Now, let's try the Yaesu FTM 300 and see how that fits for a frame of reference. So here is the Yaesu FTM 300. And yes, I still have it on there. I just leave it on there. I change this radio in different packs so many times that it's just a little extra screen protection for it. And honestly, I don't take the VHF, UHF radios out nearly as much as I do my HF, because HF is more fun, and I already have one in the truck. So yeah, there it is. It works. It works fine. And I don't have the battery back in here. But you could fit a battery in there. No problem. This is all empty. You can put cables in there, you can put a battery, whatever. So if you wanted to put this in the pack, just, keep in mind RF exposure. You don't want to operate this at a full 50 watts. If you were to, let's say, have the antenna mounted on your pack or something. RF energy next to your noggin, not necessarily a good thing. So if you're someone looking for a setup, maybe GMRS or VHF, UHF ham, this pack could work for you. This pouch could work for you. If you have a pack, and I know there's other packs that do it, not just the Romad that I have, but yeah, you could put this on that webbing and you have a powerful 50-watt radio right in your pack. Because I've thrown this in other packs before, like military surplus assault packs. And yeah, it kind of bounces around, but that's what's nice about the internal PALS webbing is it straps right in there and no worries. That's pretty much it. And thanks for stopping by.